let the soft voice fool you. Don't confuse peace with passivity. Healing got layers, and this soul got teeth. Welcome to Blended Healing. Let's begin. She don't do halves, it's all a relief. Blends the bomb and the burn makes you breathe. Got sage in the left, truth in the right. She'll cleanse your name and still read you on sight. Little bit hood, little bit high priestess. Downloads wisdom, then teaches and preaches. Pain to power, root to crown. Try to test that spirit, you'll fuck around and find out. Your soul got teeth, don't come here fake. She'll see through your mask and mirror the ache. She the calm and the storm, the yes and the no. Got grace in her hands and fire in her flow. This soul got teeth, don't play in a space. This love is real, it don't wear lace. You wanna act wild, you gon' find out now. Cause healing ain't sweet when it's calling you out. She been through hell and came back golden to survive. She broke the mold, knows what it takes to rise from the mess. But don't expect peace if you come here stressed. She'll align your chakras, hold space then dip. Pray over your name then tighten her grip. You either come real or get cleared out. Spirit don't play, neither does Michelle now. I light candles and I call in light. But don't forget I've seen the night. This ain't performative, this ain't for show. You either grow with me or you gotta go. This soul got teeth, don't come here fake. She'll see through your mask and mirror the ache. She the calm and the storm, the yes and the no. Got grace in her hands and fire in her flow. This soul got teeth, don't play in a space. This love is real, it don't wear lace. You wanna act wild, you gon' find out now. Cause healing ain't sweet when it's calling you out. Healing ain't soft, it's sacred. It's sharp, and this soul got teeth.
If you are here with your chest tight, tired soul and quiet ache that you can't name, this may be for you today. If you've been carrying yourself through days that feel too long and nights that don't offer peace, let me say this with every ounce of truth I got in me. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not a disappointment. You are not less worthy of the love just because you're not feeling like yourself right now. Struggle doesn't make you fragile, it makes you real. Exhaustion doesn't mean you failed. It means you've been pushing through when your spirit needed a pause. Feeling numb, sad, disconnected, and confused, that's not proof that you're lost. It's proof that you've been surviving something that was never meant to be endured alone. Maybe nobody sees how hard it is for you to get up some mornings. Maybe you've been performing okay for so long that now you don't even remember what real peace feels like. Maybe you've been holding it down for everybody else, and when you finally look around, you realize that you got no one holding you. Maybe you're tired of praying for strength and pretending that your silence isn't screaming. Let me be the one to say that. Too many forget to remind you Carrying something heavy doesn't mean you're weak. It makes you human. And being human means you get to fall apart. You get to be the one who says, this is too much for me right now. You get to be the one who puts the bags down for a minute and admits you need help picking them back up. Welcome to Blended Healing. We're talking about the one in the dark. When things seem fine, but they're really not. And if you're the one in the dark right now, we're going to talk about that today. Let me tell you something. This whole thing for the last couple of days has been surrounding around the fact that you're allowed to not be okay. You're allowed to need rest without earning it. You're allowed to take your damn cape off. Take your cape off. Turn off the bat signal and lay the cape at their feet. You're allowed to take up space in your own life without apologizing for how tired you are. And you're absolutely allowed to step back from people, from expectation, from roles that you have outgrown, from patterns that have been draining the life force out of you. You don't have to explain your pain to anybody who doesn't have the capacity to honor it. You don't have to keep justifying your exhaustion to people who only see what you produce and not what you're going through. You don't have to smile through what's breaking you just to make other people comfortable. If this season feels endless, know this: it's not. Even though it might stretch long and weigh heavy, even though it may feel like the light has forgotten your name, the truth is light always returns. Not in a flash, not in one dramatic rescue moment, but that slow, steady ways that healing always begins. One breath, then another, then another, and then another. One quiet truth spoken, even if your voice is shaky. One decision to stay. One text asking for help. One boundary set, one step taken. Even if it's just to get the hell out of the damn bed. This is how the light comes back. In fragments. In soft moments, in silence, in surrender, in choosing yourself again and again, even when you're too tired to explain why. Asking for help might feel foreign to you, right? It's uncomfortable. It's out of your control. It's even terrifying. Especially if you spent years being the one others depend on. But you deserve the same care you so freely give. So ask anyway. Even if the words come out clumsy, I don't care. Even if you cry while you're trying to say them, I don't care. Even if all you can say is, I don't know what I need, but I don't want to feel like this anymore. That's enough. That's brave. And that's the doorway. Let someone see you. Excuse me. Not that old polished, eyelashes on cut right. You know what I mean? None of that. Not that old polished version. Not the one with the answers, the real you. The scared, hurting, worn out, doubting, quiet, aching version of you that's still trying to breathe. Let someone sit with you in the mess without trying to fix it. The right people will not run. The right people will not use your vulnerability as a weapon. My God. The right people will know that holding you doesn't make you a burden. It makes them human too. But if your circle doesn't feel safe, and if you've been let down too many times, don't give up on connection. Create space for yourself until you find the people who won't ask you to play it small, to be a little bit more soft, to scrub your truth a little bit just to be loved. Build a life that reflects your wholeness, even if you're still trying to find it. Start with yourself. Start with gentleness. Start with honesty and let the rest unfold naturally. You're not just here to function. You're not here to survive on autopilot. You are not here to be everybody's source of light while your own flame burns in silence. You deserve to feel alive, not just present. Alive. Not just making it. Thriving in your own way, on your own timeline, in your own body, with your own truth. Not constantly measuring your value by what you do for others. Not constantly pushing past your limits just to prove that you're strong. This is your life, your body, your story, your one precious shot at freedom. You are worthy of joy, of healing, of softness, of real peace, of being held, of not having to explain your pain just to be taken seriously. I told you before, you're not weak. You're just carrying too much by yourself. And starting now, you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to. Not at all. Ashe? All right.
Stay beauty. I catch truth. And I bloom every time I do. I rose, sweet and colorful. I capture love in every hue. She glows soft, but the power's bold. Empress touch, yeah, she got that soul. Rosebuds blooming, moving free, giving light through artistry. From the lens to the light, we know a rose like her, that's how we grow. The devil like the spell work, turn pain into prints, make the real hurt look good, and that's talent, babe. She framed the truth, let the colors wave. She don't miss, got goddess aim. Catch your essence, not just your name. Snap it raw, edit it clean. She building dreams from behind the screen. Ooh, will she see you when you hiding? She find light in the fighting. And she paint your flaws divine. She the frame for your rising high.
If you love somebody, right, who might be in the dark, don't wait for the breakdown. Don't wait for the announcement. Don't wait for the tearful confession or the hospital call or that late night, I can't do this anymore text. Because if someone is deep enough in the dark, that cry for help might never come. Not because they don't want to be saved, but because they've been taught that asking is a risk that they can't afford. If you love someone, check in. Not just when something dramatic happens, not just when they post a little cryptic status or go quiet for a whole damn week. Not just when it's convenient for you. Check in consistently, intentionally, without waiting for evidence of a crisis, without needing a reason, without expectation of a deep conversation every time. Sometimes it's just your presence that reminds them that you're not invisible, that they're not invisible. Ask twice. Ask in a way that shows you actually care, not because it's what's polite to do. You good gets automatic responses. Seriously, how are you? For real, for real. That's different. That's asking with your eyes open and your heart ready. That's asking like you want the real answer, even if it's messy or if it's uncomfortable. Pay attention to what they don't say. The things they gloss over, the stories they laugh through, the pain that slips out in sarcasm. The shift in how long it takes for them to text back. The change in energy, the suddenly shorter replies. The missed calls they use to never miss. The I'm fine that sounds too clean, too rehearsed, too practiced. The kind that sounds like muscle memory and not honesty. You see, most people struggling with internal pain won't tell you directly. They'll send out the good old smoke signals in silence. They'll show up just enough to keep people from worrying about not enough to be seen. That's where your love needs to become more than words. That's where real care becomes action. You don't have to fix them. You don't need a grand solution. Most people aren't looking for a hero. They just want someone who doesn't disappear when the energy shifts. You feel me? Someone who doesn't flinch when the mask flips or the slip drops. Someone who doesn't start backing away when the truth starts surfacing. So offer help without making them earn it, without needing them to prove they deserve it, without turning it into a damn transaction. Don't ask them to explain their pain before you show up. Show up first. And if they want to talk, let them. If they don't, just be there. Sit in the silence. Sometimes presence is louder than a conversation anyway. Be the person who sends that thinking about you text, even if it goes unanswered. Who drops off groceries without asking if they need them. Who leaves a voice note to just remind them, you don't have to say anything back. I just wanted you to know that you matter. Who drops a post-it on their mirror, a playlist in their inbox, a coffee on their doorstep. Even it doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be real. Because sometimes love looks like patience. Sometimes it looks like consistency, like following up with pressure, without pressure, like letting them move at their own pace while you hold steady. Like not needing them to cry for you to take their pain seriously. Like understanding that not everybody knows how to say I'm hurting, especially not the ones who've always been strong for everyone else. Sometimes Love is just staying, showing up again, being the one who doesn't need a polished version of them in order to stick around. Be the one who doesn't take their silence personally. Being the one who knows that love is not an action that has to be performed. Being more present base. So if you love someone, stop waiting for the signs you used to. Start listening with more than your ears. Start noticing the weight in their smile, the pause before they answer, the energy that feels a little off, even when everything looks normal. Start being the person that they can be real with, not the person they have to hide it from. The most dangerous part from being about high functioning pain is that it fools the people closest to it all. Once that person learns that nobody really wants the unfiltered version of them, they'll stop offering it. Be the one who proves that wrong. Be the one. Stand for something or fall for anything. You're not in this by yourself. And don't allow them to believe that they're in this by themselves.
Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the Love Palace. Welcome to a daily dose of D. Wrap yourself in satin, truth. This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of D. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the Love Palace, where even broken ships sail smooth. Anchor down, baby, daily dose of D. Your prescription to feel seen. No refills, just show up and...
You ask, what can we do now? We must rebuild. This isn't just a conversation about individual people. It's about systems. It's about the culture that we've created, the conditions we normalized, the environment that we have allowed to grow around our pain and call it strength. This isn't just about one person suffering in silence. It's about a society that rewards silence and then gets it confused when people implode under the pressure. We're living in a world where grind gets more respect than grief, where being booked and busy is considered honorable, but rested is treated like laziness. Where if you're not producing something, you're seen as wasting time. Where people don't get credit for surviving, only for succeeding. In that world, people stop sharing their struggle because struggle isn't considered valuable until it's packed as a comeback story. I said it. I did. Until it's packaged as a comeback story. Until it's profitable. Until it fits the narrative people are comfortable in hearing. We talk about mental health like we care, but too often it's just branding, a hashtag. a company initiative during awareness months, a podcast episode with soft music and bullet points. But behind closed doors, people are still getting shamed for taking a day off, still being told to toughen up when they express real pain, still being left on red when they finally open up, still getting dropped when their healing doesn't fit into somebody else's timeline. We punish emotional transparency with distance. People say they want honesty, but the moment it gets messy or uncomfortable or hard to manage, they back up. So now you got whole communities full of people pretending, whole friend groups smiling through suffering. Hell, whole families performing like everything's fine while their foundation is crumbling. And the worst part, everybody knows it, but nobody wants to go first. Nobody wants to admit, hey, I'm not okay either, because we're made not being okay something to hide, something to hold. And that's the culture that we have. But that's not the one we have to keep. We need a culture where healing is not just tolerated, but respected. Where taking a break isn't seen as giving up, but as wisdom. Where someone is saying, I need help, isn't met with awkward silence or unsolicited advice, but with real presence. Where you don't have to explain your trauma like a story pitch just to get someone to take it seriously. We need a culture where care is not acting, it's proactive. That means checking in without being asked. It means reaching out not just when it's obvious, but when it's quiet. It means showing up for people even when you don't have the perfect words. It means knowing that presence matters more than polish. Then ask yourself, who do you check on that doesn't ask for it? If the answer is always the same person, the one who clearly is going through it, you're missing the ones who suffer in silence. Poof. Just like that. The ones who've made themselves so easy to love that nobody notices when they start fading. The one who never asks for help because they don't want to be a burden. The ones who never let themselves break down because they don't know who would hold them if they did. Ask yourself, who feels safe enough to fall apart around you? And that answer says everything that you're going to need to know. Because if people only come to you when they're back on their feet, not when they're crawling, you're not a safe space yet. I ain't taking away that you might be kind. You might even be wise. You might even care deeply. But if your energy requires people to be put together before they approach you, you'll never see their truth. You'll only ever meet their mask. Ask yourself, who knows they don't have to perform their pain to be seen? So many people are walking around here believing that their pain has to be understandable in order to matter. That it has to come with proof, that they have to cry hard enough, collapse visibly enough, or bleed out metaphorically just to get somebody to pause. That's what happens when we teach people that struggle only counts when it disrupts others. But the real care doesn't wait for disruption. Real care notices the shift before the breakdown. Real care hears the silence before the I'm fine. Real care sits beside someone in the dark without trying to drag them into the light before they're ready. Real community isn't built in peak moments. It's not built in highlight reels. It's not built in polished testimonies or group photos or we made it stories. Real community is built in the valley, in the in-between, in the long nights and the unanswered calls. It's built when someone is slipping and you grab their hand before they disappear, not after. Not once it's convenient, before. We've got to stop waiting for people to fall apart publicly before we extend compassion. We got to start building a world where people don't have to earn their right to be seen. We need less of a put together connection and a more honest presence. Less advice, more listening. Less pretending, more permission to be human. Because this isn't just about individual healing. It's about a collective responsibility. It's about reshaping what we normalize, what we tolerate, and what we celebrate. Stop applauding the people who suffer in silence and start building the kind of culture where nobody has to. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Do you understand? All right, I'm done with this today. I'm done. When we come back, I want to talk to you about the quiet lives that matter. Okay? All right. I'm done. I'm done.
She wrote it in the rhythm of the trees. Talk sweet, pour, calm like teas. Queen cows with the herbs that speak. She the balance when your soul feel weak. From plan to place, she walk with grace. Tinctures that kiss you into place. This ain't a trend, this ancient flow. She don't heal you, she helps you grow, yeah. She dropped the lemon balm in the brew. Talk to the leaves like they kinfolk too. From seed to sip, it's alignment work. Holistic hands, love laced in dirt. Queen kills that soul on the rise. She don't sell dreams, she real with the vibes. Got jars on the shelf like blessings in glass. Reminding your spirit to slow down fast. No rush, just rhythm. She the pause in the system. Where the world wanna numb, she say feel. That's the kind of magic that heals for real. In the rhythm of the trees. Talk sweet, pour, calm like teas. Queen kills with the herbs that speak. She the balance when your soul feel weak. From plan to plate, she walk with grace. Tinctures that kiss you into place. This ain't a trend, it's ancient flow. She don't heal you, she helps you grow.
Yo, just pull up to the Love Palace. Ain't no cap here, just facts and feels. D and Kel's on the mic, we talking ships, all kinds. Pull up and unpack. Just enjoy. Friendships that held me down through the struggle. Companions who dipped when I stepped out the bubble. Family ties that tug, some tight, some frayed. But we lay it all out, let the truth get played. No judgment, just lessons on velvet chairs. We speak from the gut, raw love, stripped bare. Got a steed, got that glow like sage in the wind. Queen toes hit the mic, truth spilling again.
Chips, we talk it, we walk it. No filters, just real. Love Palace, the spot where your
the stoop to the shrine, I've been earning my light. Earned it. Didn't pray for a savior, had to learn how to fight. Burn a sage like incense, but my spirit don't fold. Still got pain in my pocket and this mic I hold. I ain't soft, I'm sacred, that's strength in disguise. Eye to eye with my demons, I ain't blinking, it's time. Broke every curse that was signed in my blood. Now I dance in the storm, make a waltz out the mud.
Meditating in chaos, peace in the noise. Built a temple from trauma, turn my cries into voice. Crystals in my hoodie, cards in my palm. Yeah, I tear it through the trenches and I storm through the songs. Word.
Whispers in the wind say keep going. My past ain't changed, still I'm growing. Every moon is a prayer in the sky. I bleed truth, and I rise. I mix sage with the pain, prayers with the grind. Still crying in my DNA, but I still realign every time. Roots in the dirt, spirit in the ceiling. This ain't just therapy, this the anthem. Concrete rose, yeah, I bloom through the feeling. We rise, tapped in the truth in these healing realms. Stitching my soul in the blended healing realms. Blended healing.